Hello everybody, Kyle here, and I need to turn the audio down. Again. Okay, there we go. I think my microphone might have picked that up though, unfortunately. Okay, so on to the previous discussion, where we were talking about, let's see, what were we talking about? It was Samus Returns. My issue with Samus Returns is less that... Damn it, my fucking cord got stuck. Are you kidding me? Professional commentary. My issue with Samus Returns is that it feels very, very safe as far as Metroid games go. Like... Okay, so like, in addition to the fact that it has an over-centralizing gimmick, where its that its gameplay revolves around, it's also got like a shit ton of fan service, and to the point where it's just kind of, It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, okay, I'm gonna be spoiling the very last boss of the game, so I guess jump to like, I don't know, the boss has been around long enough. If you haven't figured out about it, you're probably never going to. Okay, Ridley's at the end of the game. Ridley is the final boss. And that's, even though in the original Metroid 2, he wasn't. He's just kind of thrown in just because, oh yeah, Ridley. In addition to that, like, there's a lot of the music that gets replaced with tunes from Super Metroid, which I don't mind, but it's just like, you really couldn't have come up with like your own composition or something? Or something more unique, or something more in line with Metroid 2? Because Metroid 2's music is, I guess, eerie would be a way of describing it. Like, some people may not like it. Well, a lot of people may not like it. And I don't think you're really supposed to. I think that was kind of the point. They leveraged the Game Boy's limited hardware pretty well in the game, for what it's worth. I just don't... It's not like I hate the game. I just want to be clear on that. I don't hate the game. But it's just like, I don't really want to play it very often, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I'm in the minority or something. But there's just frustrating bits, and the game is too easy, and after I got all the items in the game, I pretty much just never felt like going back to it, really. Anyways, that discussion didn't go on for nearly as long as I thought, so I'm going to talk about Jedi Fallen Order a little bit, because I've been playing that a little bit. It's good. It's good so far. It's got some issues here and there, to say the least, but yeah, not a terrible game. And I only bring it up because it's also kind of a Metroidvania-esque game as well. Okay, here what I'm doing is that I'm doing a sequence break trick. Now this is something that you can use to be able to get to the next area and possibly get the gravity suit without having the, without having the spider ball. So in other words, you can skip Thardus and get the gravity suit. Now I have the spider ball with me, so I could just do this normally, but I felt like showing it off. There's a lot of cool sequence breaking strategies in this game, and I just wanted to show them off whenever I can. Alright, and in any case, yes, we're getting the gravity suit in this part. I kind of realized that I think the way I cut things up in, cut up my recording sessions for this game, was that I basically stopped recording once I got around like 1, maybe 2 power-ups in a single session. That's pretty much like, I think that was like my metric, quote unquote, for this. Sorry. God damn it. Oh yeah, also I'm recording this the day after Thanksgiving, and it's probably going to be uploaded later today if I don't get lazy. The gravity suit makes things so much easier when it comes to moving through water. I mean, that's the case in every game, but here it's just like, because they make it mandatory to have to actually travel on water, it's a godsend when when it comes up. Also here I get out of morph mode because I was expecting an enemy to pop up, but I'm thinking of I'm thinking of a part at the end of this room. Alright, also here's a weird bit of bullshit. Despite this being the ice enemy, the ice beam is oddly effective against these enemies. I don't really know why, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but okay. The ice beam is very, very overpowered in this game, and even to the extent the dark beam is also pretty overpowered in the next game. It's just like... Oh, and this is a mistake. Like, they accidentally throw in a Metroid into this area. Metroid should die when they're in here. And, wait for it. I'm gonna scan it one more time. Yep. Now, in the I had to actually edit that quickly in Premiere Pro to make it more of a cut rather than a fade out, because for some reason, stupid iMovie, which is what I used when I edited this part originally, like about a year or two ago, decided to make a automatic crossfade or automatic fade out for that part. And yeah, that was not at all what I intended, and it probably is a fade out in like the actual no commentary upload, and I'm probably also going to delete all the no commentary uploads after this series is done. And then when I get around to it, I will probably just record like a 100% guide for this game, and then I'll just be sort of done with recording it for a while. Took me like, I think I've mentioned this before, but I think I did like 19 100% playthroughs just to sort of like jam it into my memory of where everything was for this run. Dedication. I don't have dedication much for this freaking YouTube channel, but I do have it sometimes. I just wish I could be that dedicated when it came to upload schedule. There's really not much to talk about. This is kind of like a part. Like, we're just getting the gravity suit. Nothing really incredible happens. Nothing plot-wise really happens. It's just Samus collecting another item, which is pretty much Metroid in general, but I forget these enemies' names, but you pretty much have to hit them like dead center of their core if you want to damage them. Which I'm not sure why I'm doing this, but I think I thought I could cheese it out slightly by just picking different angles, but no, you gotta be dead on. Well, I've run out of things to talk about. I should have came prepared with something. I'm just realizing now we're a little over halfway. I guess back to Jedi Fallen Order. What did I want to talk about that related to Metroid specifically? I feel like there was something specific, but I can't remember it. Damn. I suppose we should talk about... God damn, I really have run out of things to talk about. This is why I like having two people. This is why I like commentating with more than one person. Or why I like having a co-commentator or one or two co-commentators with me for these sort of things. Because I just run out of things to say after a while. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention this last part. In the trilogy version of this game... Okay, in this version of the game, you can see that when I shoot the water, there's like a ripple effect. That effect is removed in the trilogy version for some reason. Only for Metroid Prime though. In Metroid Prime 2 it still has the effect for some reason. Where like the water has a splash and ripple effect when you hit it. But here it was oddly absent in the trilogy version. So it's just something I find strange. I wonder if they did it for like space limitations, because Wii discs will only hold so much. I think Wii discs can hold like around 8 gigabytes of data. I think with dual layer disc, maybe it was closer to 9. I don't quite remember. But yeah, it's just So we're about to... Oh yeah, also you remember when I mentioned the ghetto jump last time? The ghetto jump seems to work in reverse underwater when you don't have the gravity suit. Instead of giving you extra height, it just gives you less. It's really annoying. But in any case, we've got the gravity suit, which makes Samus's suit a flamboyant shade of purple. Any second now. Got a T-pose to assert dominance. Does anybody know where that meme came from? Where did the meme of use T-pose to assert dominance? Where did that come from? Anyways. Now the gravity suit will make our movement much easier in water, and also you can actually see now. It's a lifesaver. Oh, I think I was trying to like oh, sorry. I think I was trying to like dash jump, but I kind of messed it up. Thank goodness we don't have to deal with the freaking liquids anymore. Oh yeah, also this is a bit of bullshit. We gotta come all the way back here for the plasma beam, with the plasma beam, in order to break that ice, just so we can get one missile pack. Space pirates. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but you want to kill those enemies with the wave beam, because otherwise when they die, they explode with electromagnetic burst, which knocks out Samus's visor a little bit for a while. I am curious as to how like they pulled off the visor effect, where when light flashes, when there's like a brief flash of light like in front of Samus, like her face will temporarily be reflected in her visor. I am very curious as to how they pulled that sort of effect off. I'd really like to learn how to do it. I've been dabbling a little bit in game development, mostly in Game Maker, just with the mobile game I've been working on. I do want to like put it onto the App Store or something like when I get it done, but it's still nowhere near done. I also need to like actually learn how to make art for it, because I'm not an artist. I'm really not an artist by any stretch. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the part, so just a few more minutes and then we're done. And I have done my contractual obligations to this channel. Hi Zoro! Zoro's my dog. Yeah, this part's kind of boring. Honestly, I like the music to Run Dry to Drift, but the area itself is just kind of it's just kind of boring to me. I don't know why. I think it's just because like it's a very peaceful area, but I think it's not supposed to be like really. It doesn't really stick out, I guess. If I'm making any sense. I don't even know if I'm making sense anymore. I'm not on my ADHD medication. So for all I know, I could just be spouting off bullshit at this point. Alright, now the reason why I did sort of a sequence break trick earlier, I didn't mention it. I used a dash jump to get across the room. Normally you're supposed to wait till you get the grapple beam to get that item. But I decided to just do the dash jump, take out the stalactite in the ceiling that way, because I didn't really want to come back here with the grapple beam and have to worry about another item that I had to get. So I'd rather just get the item early. But yeah, we're also going to have to come back to this area where we get the power bombs. Oh, but I guess I'll save that for another part. We're done, guys! This has been part 10. See you guys in part 11. Bye.